All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're deconstructing a truly fascinating and honestly pretty aggressive 30-day organic growth strategy. We're using the highly specific, deeply atmospheric Southeast Asian horror niche as our blueprint today. But make no mistake, the mechanics we're about to unpack here, they are absolutely universal.
Now, what's really interesting about this challenge is the sheer ambition of the goal. I mean, is it truly possible to scale an audience this aggressively? We're talking a trajectory of nearly 29,000 followers in just 1 month without spending a single dime on paid ads? Sounds crazy, right?
With an absolute $0 budget, we literally can't buy our way to the top. We have to rely entirely on virality, psychology, and, well, tricking the algorithm. Which, let's be honest, is sometimes scarier than the ghosts we're posting about. So we're going to explore exactly how to funnel a massive audience to Amazon Kindle by leveraging 2 distinct Facebook pages. One smaller page called Nusantar Nightmares, and a larger established community page called Ravenhollow.
We're breaking this entire playbook down into 5 key steps. Number 1, the $0 growth challenge. 2, hacking algorithmic triggers. 3, high-yield viral formats. 4, the cross-pollination method. And 5, the secret monetization funnel.
Let's kick things right off with Section 1, the $0 growth challenge, focusing on constraints and goals.
So here is the exact chronological execution plan. Week 1 is all about building the foundation and seeding optimized, short-form, viral content. Then, Week 2 shifts to leveraging existing communities, basically networking in relevant horror groups. Week 3 escalates things to interactive, choose-your-own-adventure style events. And finally, Week 4 is the final conversion push. It is a relentless, highly structured sprint to the finish line. Moving right along to Section 2, hacking algorithmic triggers, specifically watch time and shares.
The absolutely crucial point here is understanding exactly how the algorithm measures interest. It's not just about getting likes anymore. It's about watch time for video and shares for text. And specifically, we need to talk about the active engagement click. This happens when you force a user to physically interact, like, say, swiping through an image carousel of regional folklore. That physical swipe screams to the algorithm, hey, this user is deeply interested, which then forces your content out to a much broader non-follower audience. It is quite literally an algorithmic cheat code.
Okay, on to Section 3, high-yield viral formats, all about formatting for the feed.
To totally dominate the feed, you really don't need high-budget Hollywood production. What you need are fast, scannable formats. 3 specific formats do the heavy lifting here. Micro-Terror Reels engineered for maximum watch time, image carousels designed to snag those active clicks we just talked about, and 2-sentence horror posts that boast massive, almost uncontrollable shareability.
Let's look at exactly how the reel works. Imagine a super short 7 to 12 second vertical video of a dark, rain-slicked highway. It's got some creepy ambient noise and atmospheric text right in the center, like this text about ignoring the smell of frangipani at 3 a.m. The psychological trick? It takes the viewer about 8 seconds to read the text, but the video itself is only 7 seconds long, so the video automatically loops while they're still reading. Boom! You've just instantly skyrocketed your watch time metrics, completely tricking the algorithm into thinking people are obsessed and rewatching your video.
Meanwhile, you've got formats that demand absolutely zero production time, like the 2-sentence horror post. Using Facebook's native colored backgrounds, think a stark blood red or just pitch black, you drop a deeply relatable, culturally terrifying hook. Take this one about a toil. Because it's highly scannable on a mobile feed and taps straight into regional superstitions, it absolutely demands to be shared. People naturally want to be the one to spook their friends, right?
Now, let's talk scheduling and see how this builds into a high-yield posting frequency. You can't just post whenever you feel like it. You need a strategy. This particular schedule is optimized precisely for Southeast Asian hours. We're talking a reel at 12:30 p.m. for the lunchtime doomscrollers, a short text post at 6 p.m. to catch people on their bored evening commute, and a deep-dive folklore carousel at 9:30 p.m. to target that late-night, horror-loving aesthetic. It's precision timing. You aren't just scheduling posts, you're intercepting your audience exactly when they're most vulnerable to a distraction.
Which brings us to Section 4, the cross-pollination method, or merging universes.
So how exactly do you lift a tiny 700-follower page using an established 6,300-follower page without the platform heavily penalizing you?
Well, if you just continuously dump links from the big page to the small page, Facebook's algorithm is going to flag it as spam and throttle your reach entirely. You have to be way more clever. You must use the platform's co-authoring feature on Reels so the content streams to both audiences simultaneously. And you use a highly effective tactic known as the merged universe. To pull off this merged universe method, you post a terrifying, multi-part story on the larger page. But right at the absolute climax, the massive cliffhanger, you just stop. You drop this text, integrating the tag directly into the lore itself. You basically force the audience to organically click over to the smaller sister page just to find out how the story ends. It's brilliant. A seamless, purely narrative-driven traffic funnel.
And finally, let's dive into Section 5, the secret monetization funnel and how to beat the link penalty.
Because, let's face it, getting viral attention is totally useless if you can't safely navigate that traffic over to your Amazon ebooks to actually make a profit. Here is the harsh reality. The platform hates external links. Its primary goal is to keep users glued to the app. If you just paste an Amazon Kindle link directly into your main post body, your organic reach is going to instantly drop by 70 to 80%. It is algorithmic suicide. Instead, using the first comment link drop completely bypasses this penalty. So, how do we safely move this audience? It's a simple framework. You post your compelling story without any links at all. You wait exactly 10 minutes, allowing the algorithm to categorize it as organic, native content. Then, you drop your Amazon link into the first comment and pin it. Or, alternatively, you can use the wildly effective chat trigger hack. You basically tell your audience, hey, comment the keyword Puaka below and I'll slide the secret Amazon link straight to your inbox. This turns a simple, quiet click into a massive comment booster, which just drives even more organic visibility back to the post. It's a total game changer.
Now, to ensure you're actually on that trajectory to 29,000 followers, you have to obsessively track your progress. You aren't just looking at likes, you are actively looking for exponential leaps in your total shares column. Shares are the absolute engine of $0 growth. If your shares are low, it means your content just isn't hitting that psychological trigger and you have to adjust your formats immediately. Look at the data, see what's working, and pivot fast.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, the ultimate question isn't whether this works for Southeast Asian horror. We already know it does, for sure. The real question is how will you apply these universal aggressive organic growth mechanics to your own projects? Are you ready to stop paying for ads and start engineering true virality? Think about what your audience's midnight frangipani scent is and start building your blueprint. Thanks for tuning in.